There's something really interesting in how we use our language and when we try and translate some words. Now let's think of the word seva. When we translate seva, the only thing we can think of is charity. But there's a very big difference between seva and charity. Think about how we use the word charity. When we talk about charity, we talk about giving to those who are less fortunate. Giving the needy, giving to the poor, the ones who are struggling, the ones who are suffering. So in charity, you position yourself, I am successful, I have wealth, and out of the generosity of my own heart, I will give to those who are less than me. Seva says, I am nothing, and in serving you, you become the divine. You become the master. Charity says, I am the giver, you are the receiver. Seva says, I am the slave, you are the master. Serving you is your gift to me. So seva is something different. Seva is not charity. Seva is bhakti. The very act of serving is an act to drop your ego. When we give our heads, then we may begin to give. And all the while remembering that the one giving is endless, bountiful. The ultimate universe is endless in its gifts. What do you have to give which the universe hasn't given to you first? Only if the universe gives you, do you have something to give someone else. You haven't made anything yourself. Even if you make something with your own hands, where did your hands come from? If you're serving with your hands, if you're serving with your legs, where have they come from? Seva is a meditation. But if you remember, Satgur ki seva safal hai, je ko kare chit laye. Seva is only fruitful if you do it with awareness. That I am not the one serving, the oneness is serving and the oneness is receiving. There's no I. And like this, there have been countless people who have been truly giving, truly serving. Asank sati, asank data. Asank soor moh pakh sar. Here the word soor is surma, warrior. Asank soor moh pakh sar. Countless warriors. Moh means their face. Pak means to eat. Sar here means shastar, means weapons. So what does that mean? We can translate this line that says, countless warriors endure weapons head on. Countless warriors who don't turn their back on war, on the just fight. When time comes to fight, there have been countless people who have stepped up to the mark and faced it head on. So countless have been the ones who have fought to protect the innocent, defend the rights of their way of practice. The freedom to live as they wish, the freedom for others to live as they wish. Countless have been such warriors. Notice all these words are plural. Not many ankars at the end of the words. Soor, plural. Bhagat, plural. Jog, plural. Asankh mon live laye tar. Mon is the ones who are silent, the ones who refrain from speaking. The silent sages. Live laye tar. Live is meditative state. Laye tar is to remain continually focused in a meditative state. Countless are these beings that have just gone into deep, silent meditation. Guru Nanak Dev Ji has mentioned these people once before to us. Right at the beginning, in the first Pauri, Guruji said, Chup hai chup na hovai, je laye raha liftar. So Guruji here places no judgment. He's already had that conversation. He's already introduced this idea that silence of the body doesn't silence the mind. Even if you sit and try for long to be in a meditative state, there is a silence that is never really achieved. Guruji's already covered that. But here, where Guru is just in awe of the universe, at the countless different variations that people have tried to meditate, Guruji includes them. He includes the Bhagats, the warriors, the yogis, the charity givers, the honest, all the different ways that people have tried to connect with this oneness. Guruji is now not in a state of commenting on them. He's just simply saying, wow, look how many there are. Even these are part of the infinite. Even these are part of that unlimited creation. Even these have been written by that continuous pen. Asankh mon liv laye tar, kudrat kavan kahan vichar. What power do I have to talk about all of this? What can I say about all of this? Varya na java ek bar. We talked about this last week. The common translation says, I cannot submit to you even once. We can also say, I cannot commit to you just once. Just saying something once isn't enough to say how great this is. Varya na java ek bar. Jo tud pave sai palika. Guru says, I've seen all the different techniques. I've been shown all the different techniques. But of all the techniques, the one that works for me is just simply to accept you and the whole creation as it is. Jo tud pave sai palika. Whatever you do is fine, is more than fine, is palikar, is a blessing, is greatness. So Guru Nanak Dev Ji here is showing us how to live what he said was the very first thing we had to do. Give sachiara hoye, give kure tutte pal, hukam razai chalana. Walk on the path of hukam. That is the answer to the question, how do I achieve this? Guruji says there are lots of different ways, lots of different jap, lots of taptao, lots of puja, lots of scriptures that explain how to do this. Guru says, all I know is that I just accept the universe as it is. Whatever you do is amazing to me. Tu sada salamat nirankar. You are forever, sada. You are salamat. You are steady. You're not going anywhere. You're not going to change this oneness of the universe. But I recognize that which is behind all of this, that nirankar, that formless one. To remember your permanent state is my technique. Everything can change. The universe is constantly changing. The techniques and the recommendations of how to attain is always something new. The scriptures coming and going, teaching you the new ways, the new revelations, they're constantly changing. The religions and the practices are changing. And Guru says, I recognize that there is something permanent amongst all of these. I recognize that there's something formless and unchanging amongst all of these. That is my path. I accept you as you are, and I recognize you for what you are. So being aware of the infinite is immensely effective. It's really effective for us to change our perception of our own lives. We spend all of our life in our problems, in our world, in our lives. Guruji has given us a technique. When we feel overwhelmed by our own problems, Guruji says, just take a moment and step back. For a moment, just recite this verse. For a moment, recognize how insignificant your entire life is when it takes into account the scale of the universe. Just take a moment. The size of your problem is only limited by your outlook. The size of your problem is limited by the size of your outlook. If you are your whole universe, then each problem is a problem like an Armageddon, like a major catastrophe, because you have made yourself the entire universe. But you have to expand your awareness for a moment. Step back. Think about when you go to a museum. Huge pieces of art on the wall. Paintings at such a huge scale. When you stand up close, you can enjoy the detail. But you don't understand that detail until you take a step back. Then you can see the whole picture. Then that detail fits with the bigger picture. Then you understand that detail and how it fits, how it makes sense. The significance of that detail also becomes less significant. So just remember, when you're thinking about a problem, think about a piece of art in a museum. If you're standing too close, the problem is too big. If you take a step back, somebody once said, if you're not going to remember it in 5 years' time, it's not worth worrying about. What are we doing there? We're simply taking a step back. But all of our step backs are tiny in comparison to what Guru Nanak Dev Ji does. Guru Nanak Dev Ji takes the ultimate step back. He goes right into infinity and he says, look at the infinite. Now where are you in that picture? There is no mayor in this verse. He doesn't even say, मैं कुदरत कवण कहाँ विचार. What vichar can be done? That's all he needs to say. Varya na java ek var. He doesn't say मैं, because in the infinite there is no मैं. Jo tud pave sai palikar. Not to me, because the whole verse is about tu. Tu sada salamat nirankar. So Guruji has given us an amazing technique here. Not only while we're reading is it an amazing technique, Guruji not only here has shown us the absolute essence of what Gurbani is and how Gurbani can be used as a technique. Gurbani is our yoga. Reading the Shabad and drowning into the infinity of the Shabad is our yoga, is our practice. This is the Gyan that the Guru has given to us. And so many intricacies, so many layers does this Shabad work on a personal level. Anytime we have trouble, take a step back. Take the ultimate step back. Guru Nanak Dev Ji will hold your hand. Nobody's going to fall off the edge of a cliff. Take that step back and another one again. Remember this Shabad. Recite this Shabad. Use this as a tool to allow yourself a moment to step back from your problems and step into infinity.